Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Once again, I am pulling up that live shot of downtown Portland. If you watched yesterday, I did the same thing because it still looks amazing out there. And obviously with the Rose Festival coming up, I'm sure a lot of people are out and about just enjoying the weather. And we're talking about something coming up here today. Something else you can do out and about, and that's what our segment's going to be about. Again, we are live streaming here every weekday starting at 1 p.m. Pacific. We're on Facebook, YouTube, our website, and our app, so lots of places to find this show, engage in the conversations we get to have, and of course, share them afterward. Right now, though, we are talking about a very unique exhibit and installation that is going to be at the Portland Japanese Garden. As it says right there, it is the Yoko Ono Global Interactive Art Installation, and there's a lot more to it than that. It's part of that, and we're going to discuss all of this right now. We have Paula Esguerra from the Portland Japanese Garden, who's joining us. And Paula, thank you very much, for being here with us. I know you're live there, I believe, at the garden right now. And I think to start off, maybe for everybody who, just to give a refresher, can you tell us about the Portland Japanese Garden and just some of the things that you have going on there?
Yes, sure, Greg. Thanks for having me. So the Portland Japanese Garden, as many of our people watching might be aware of, it's one of Portland's tourist destinations. And it has a wonderful history of peace and reconciliation. So let me just share with you a little bit of how our organization came to existence. So after Second World War, in 1963, community leaders got together and decided to create a Japanese garden here in the hills of Washington Park to reestablish the friendship between Japan and the US that had been broken after Second World War. And so these leaders decided to create this space that would symbolize harmony and that would invite citizens to come enjoy nature and be exposed to Japanese culture. And so they believe that by having a safe space that the citizens could enjoy, the wounds of war would be healed with time and citizens could engage in this beautiful place that we got.
I love it, and it's been going since then, and it really is. If you haven't been there before, if you're watching, I mean, it's very peaceful. It's very beautiful. Everything that you have going on there between the foliage and everything that's happening on that side, but also the artwork and showcasing the Japanese culture as well. And and I know that's a big part of it. Can you tell us just a little bit about, as far as the art side of things, on what you have there?
Sure. So I like to think about our evolution in sort of like 3 stages, right? So first we had these amazing community leaders that created our garden that I told you about. And then we had, our organization evolved to be much more than just a classic, authentic Japanese garden, in being really a leading cultural institution, promoting Japanese art and Japanese culture. So we're very proud of our cultural programs that we host here. We host over 300 activities a year. And we have Japanese music, we have bonsai workshops, we have textile workshops, we have kintsugi, we have ikebana. So it's really a place where people can come and enjoy classical Japanese tradition, arts and crafts. And also, we are finding and showcasing this blend of Japanese garden with art. So we have also had amazing Japanese artists come here as artists in residence to create art and exhibit it in the garden. We've had sculpture, we have glass work, and so we are really not only showcasing what exists already in Japan, but also pushing the boundary of what are artistic expressions that can be showcased in the garden, and also bring all of that dynamic development of art and craft in Japan here to our citizens in Portland.
I love that, and being able to, just go straight here, have someplace to go to actually be able to engage in that, as you mentioned, interactive, but also just bringing all those different elements together is really fascinating, and it would be an incredible challenge, I would imagine, on figuring out how to do that. But clearly, you're doing it so well. So let's talk about this this unique exhibit. Talking about some of the different things that you have, bringing these different cultural influences in. Let's talk about this Yoko Ono exhibit. Can you give us the backstory on that and how this ties into some of that global interactivity as well?
Yes, sure. So, as I was saying, our garden has evolved. So it evolved from a grassroots initiative into this cultural village. And now in 2022, we launched our sibling organization, which is called the Japan Institute. And it's the programmatic arm of Portland Japanese Garden. And as part of the Japan Institute programs, we've been engaged in the promotion of peace and cultural diplomacy as ways for individuals to learn and practice understanding each other, right? Practice and learn skills such as deep listening, empathy, nonviolent communication. And we do that through culture, art, and nature. So as part of that initiative, one of our global partners is the Nobel Peace Center in Oslo. The Nobel Peace Center is the museum of the Nobel Peace Prize that most of our listeners would know what it is. And they're a museum that showcases the biographies of the laureates. And through their biographies, they aim at inspiring citizens. And like they like to say, I love this line of theirs, is inspiring ordinary citizens to do extraordinary things. So that line really touched us, and they are leading organization in the world in cultural diplomacy. So they're our global partner. The Nobel Peace Center, they redid their building and their exhibition gallery last year, and they decided to reopen their museum with an exhibit of Yoko Ono, because Yoko Ono has been engaged in promoting peace basically since when she was interested in this topic since she was a child, and then during the Vietnam War, of course, with John Lennon too, she was very active in this, doing all kinds of installations and various pieces. And so the Nobel Peace Center decided to launch their new building or their new remodel with an exhibit of Yoko Ono called Imagine Peace. Imagine Peace. And so they invited us to be part of that project. And so that they have a wish tree in their installation, and they have an installation in their exhibit. And they invited us to partake and also to engage some of our partners. So that's how this exhibit kind of grew from being something that happened only in Oslo, Norway, to happening here in Portland. And then it's happening in other cities around the world. So it's happening in Kyoto, Japan. It's happening in Johannesburg, South Africa. And it's also happening in La Serena in Chile. So it's happening simultaneously in all these locations.
Wow, all of those different locations all engaged in this same idea. And to give people some context too, I know we have a couple of pictures here just to showcase. Can you tell us about what we're looking at and how the exhibit exactly works?
Sure. So this art piece is called Wish Tree, and is it's a piece by Yoko Ono. It was first launched in 1996, I believe, and since it's been launched all over the world. And the idea is that people would come and write their wishes for peace for themselves, and just express what is it that they wish for. It's an interactive art piece installation that invites visitors to, like Yoko calls it, to complete the piece, right? So the piece is incomplete, and then it's completed by the visitors' interaction with it. I was putting some of the wishes out yesterday, and it's very moving and very touching to see what people wish for. For example, I read one that was, I hope everybody can be in touch with their humanity. Some people are praying for health for their families. Some people, one wish said, struggling with addiction, and I wish for strength so I can get past this weekend. Some people say, I want to have the strength to express my artistic talents. So, as human beings, we wish, and we wish well. And so this is a wonderful reminder and invitation to connect with that part of us that we all share, and actively express it, and just connect with that intention that we have for ourselves and others' well-being.
How important do you think it is to have an installation like this here in Portland to help foster that sense of community and connectivity?
Well, I think it's a beautiful moment. First of all, to enjoy the weather, this gift of nature, and to ponder about our own direction individually as a community, to have a moment to really connect with that. What is it that we wish for our city and our community? Gives us that space where everybody is invited. It's inclusive. We even have a writing station for children. So anybody can come and express their deepest wishes. So that sense of it fosters a sense of community, of belonging, and also reminds us that most of us wish wonderful things for each other.
Yeah, I think that's a fascinating way to go about it, and obviously a very unique thing that everybody can go there and participate in. The interactive side of things I think is really, really great, that somebody can write down something personal, but also be sharing that and having that sense of community and connectivity that we mentioned before. So for people out there right now, can you tell us how they can participate in it and how long the installation is going to be there?
Sure. So the installation it's open from today until Monday. And our opening hours we have member hours from 8 to 10. And then from 10 to 6, we have normal visitor hours. So everybody who can come during that time is welcome. And if people plan on coming, because the weather is going to be amazing, we expect a lot of visitors. So we recommend that they book their tickets in advance online. And they can find more information about what's happening. This is not the only thing that's happening in our garden right now. So we invite them to check out the other things. If you want me to elaborate, just let me know, and I'm happy to do that.
Oh, that's okay. We'll let people know, where can they go online to find out more? What would be the best way for them to find out more about some of those other things?
Yeah, and our website. So if they look up Portland Japanese Garden, so just remember, that is www.portlandjapanesegarden.org, right?
Mm-hmm.
.org. We are a nonprofit, so it's .org. Yeah.
Well, Paula, thank you very much for joining us today to talk about this, and just some of the different work that you're doing there. And, as we mentioned at the beginning, if people are watching live right now for this weekend for this particular installation, it's pretty nice weather. So it's a good time definitely to go out and enjoy that and to go there and participate in what you have there. But also, as you were saying, there's lots of other things to participate in and to enjoy there at the Japanese Garden anytime. So thank you for being here just to share that with us, and really, really interesting and exciting stuff that you have going on there. And thanks for being here on Fox 12 Now.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for the opportunity of share this project with you and with
Absolutely.
Everybody who wants to come. Welcome them to our garden.
Fantastic. All right. Thanks, Paula.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. And for everybody else who's watching live, again, we are live here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we are every weekday here for Fox 12 Now. We have lots of segments that happen during this afternoon. So coming up at 1:30 p.m., if you're watching live, we'll be right back here, whatever platform you're watching me on. We'll be talking to Intel about a program they have that helps empower students with disabilities. So they had a big ceremony yesterday, but we're going to talk about the program as a whole with the lead. So that's coming up again at 1:30 p.m. At 2 p.m., we have the Fox 12 Weather Podcast video edition. So lots of things happening here on Fox 12 Now. So again, I recommend always to download that Fox 12 Oregon app. That's a great way to watch this live and everything else that we have here going on at Fox 12 Oregon, but also to watch the segments afterwards. That's a great way to enjoy them as well. But we'll take a break for right now. I'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.